Well, first I would go to homeroom, and then homeroom is like, well, at first we learned about bullying and stuff, and then we'd get to know each other and that. And then I would stay in there and go to my language arts and social studies. And then after that, I would go to lunch. And lunch is, we get a break, and so we get to hang out with our friends more, I guess. And then after that, it's my next class, science, and then math, and then choir.
About starting middle school, I felt a little bit worried, but I knew everything was going to be okay because I was kind of used to things going mayhem with my family, but I thought it was going to be a lot of fun, which it is. So I'm not really scared or worried for next year because I know how it's going to feel like.
I felt kind of nervous, but I was more nervous about how my classes would go.
Elementary, I feel like everything was like easier, like you could have like math and like all the other assignments that you get like less and it'd be easier. But in middle school, in the beginning it doesn't seem like there's a lot, but like later on you get a lot more assignments and you get a lot more responsibility than you had in elementary school.
It was hard, but it was easy. There's a lot of cons to it, but there's a lot of pros to it. Like, the pro is that for Clear Lake is that you didn't have to go to a lot of classes. But the con was that you had to stay in a class for a long time. A con for here is that it's kind of big to get around with a lot of people always moving. But the pro is that you always get to move around. So I think that's pretty cool. The schedule is like 51 minutes per class, and you get 3 minutes to go to class every single time. It's not that much because the classes aren't that far, but I think it's really fun. But don't stress out if you get a little bit tardy because you have two tardies.
For me, it's not that hard because we don't have that many stuff, and so it's easy to carry around and stuff, and my classes are close.
You probably, in my opinion, or like my advice, you should get like a bag that has a little bit more storage, so not everything's like, you can have things organized and not just all in one big pocket.
My homeroom is Mr. Franklin. He's pretty fun a lot of times. We do a lot of activities. He's a nice man. I think homeroom's a good place to start in the morning instead of going directly to class because you know what you're going to do for the day.
Homeroom? Well, for my homeroom, Mr. Ray is really cool, and like he lets you catch up on work that you haven't finished yet. And then you'll do on Fridays, we do like a fun activity, and then you pretty much just catch up on work, and then we talk after we're done. Well, at first homeroom was kind of just like really confusing because I didn't really know what it was before like we all like found out what we were supposed to do in homeroom and like what was our like daily like thing to do with it. And so at first I didn't really know about it, I didn't really care for it, but now I look forward to homeroom because it's just a time to like relax and stuff and like catch up on work. You get food, and you get to, after that you get like your 15-minute break so you can hang out with your friends and like pretty much do whatever you want.
At the beginning of the year, I did school lunches, and their pizza's pretty good, so it's okay. And then I did cold lunches for a while.
So I feel like the adults at Shasta are like, you can trust them with like pretty much anything. They're like always there for you if you need them, and like they're super supportive of like what you want to do, and and they will help you if you have troubles with anything.
Two block periods is interesting because you have two different classes with one teacher. So either she could act different or he could act different, or it's just depending on what class you're taking is what's gonna take you down the coast. Yeah, I think I had a really good one. I mean, she's really nice to other people. I mean, she's really nice to everybody, but she also tries to have a lot of friends, like relationships between the students, and I think that's really cool to get to know your students better, so you could also learn about them and teach them.
So far PE is my favorite elective because one, I like running a lot and we get to run a lot, and also we do soccer and we were gonna do basketball, and so we all got to those are my favorite sports, so then we did those.
It's definitely band, and then it's PE. I really like those, but also I love drama because I love to watch movies and learn about the background of it. I decided to do band because I love working together to make a great sound. I think it's really good because it helps you with your membership and how you feel around other people. I chose trombone because I really like loud or low instruments. So I think band is really good. You should try to join it sometime. I really like it.
Well, we got a piece of paper in elementary school, and we could either pick choir, or band, or drama. And I picked choir because I like singing, and I heard Mr. Fitch is really nice. So Mr. Fitch is nice, and I'm an alto, and I like singing with the choir.
The teachers are probably kind of used to kids not knowing what to do, but when I walked in here, I knew I had to do band because it's just so much fun. But the process is kind of long. Like, you go there, he talks about band a little, then he tells some stories, and then you have to wait a little until you get to choose your instrument. And once you choose your instrument, you have to wait like almost a week and a half, or almost half a week, to get to start playing your instrument because it's kind of a long process. But if you're in 7th grade or 8th grade, you're going to start playing because you already know how to play. But if you switch during the middle of the school year, then it's going to be really hard to switch to band because you need to learn an instrument, all that. But if you, after 3 days, you're in here, and you really want to switch to choir, you can go over there. And if you want to switch to choir, but go over here. But already, if it's like a week ago that they started band, then you can't join anymore.
Sources of Strength was like a group of middle schoolers who would get together and they would talk about ways we can help our school and help each other be nicer and support each other for who we are. And they were really nice people. I remember if I ever had troubles with anything, they would help me, and they would always be there, and some of them I still talk to.
I think my favorite class was math, definitely, because Mr. Ray is really cool and he makes learning a lot of fun.
Language arts, probably. Language arts and social studies. Because they're those two are the easiest for me, and because I would have the same teacher.
I made the friends that I made today. I got closer to them and I started sitting them by lunch and talking to them. I also hanged out with them to get a stronger relationship between each other. That's why I have quite a bit more friends than I did last year. So I think if you just be yourself and don't be somebody else, you can make a lot of good friends.
I probably have more this year because it's more schools in one. And I met a lot more people. And I'm friends with a lot of the teachers. So. It's way different for me. Like, we're having to switch classes instead of staying in the one class.
What helped with that?
Them being so close together, I guess.
Probably because you get a little bit more freedom than you did in elementary, because like you can like go different places heading to school, and then like yeah.
Best parts of middle school are probably learning something new, or having a lot of new friends, or going to places you've never gone before. Like if you join choir or band, you get to go to the Holt Center and perform, or you get to go to Willamette and perform. You get to go a bunch of places. So I think it's really fun.
Probably getting to meet all my friends, I guess. Like all my new friends from the other schools.
Probably trying to like keep close friends that you had last year, because then there's new kids from other schools that come into your school, and it just makes things kind of hard to keep close friends that you had before. But it's also an opportunity to get different friends.
The hardest part for me is probably not getting to hang out with my friends as long as we used to, because we had recess and now we don't, so.
Don't stress a lot. It's gonna be so much fun. You're gonna have a lot of new friends. It's just gonna be a blast.
Middle school isn't that scary, I promise, as it seems. But I'm looking forward to seeing you here, and you're gonna make a lot of friends.